this is coming out raw, but like, oh my God, it's so crazy. I mean, all my life, my grandparents have told me, come to Shiraz, you know, that's where my dad's from. It's a beautiful country, Tehran, Isfahan, Tabriz, everywhere. I'm so emotional, but it's tears of joy, you guys. I can't believe it.
Iranian here, with a message for every single American who voted for President Trump. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. God bless President Trump, God bless the US military, and God bless America. We can't wait until Iran is free and we can welcome you back to our country with open arms and be the allies that we used to be before the Islamic regime took over our country in 1979. That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much, and God bless America.
If you're not Iranian, you will hear a ton of misinformation about how Israel and America just attacked Iran. If you're a leftist, you may want to lecture us Iranians. However, what I say to you is take a big breath before you lecture us, because millions of Iranians around the world are literally celebrating, dancing in the streets right now, because they remember the funerals, they remember the massacres, they remember the prisons, and they also have family that's still missing. To everyone that's celebrating, please have a little sensitivity too. There are people in Israel in bomb shelters as I make this video. There are families in Iran who are still grieving or looking for their family. That said, this is a big day. Freedom is coming very soon for Iranians.
In Iran, you can get arrested for walking a dog and then they can take your dog away because according to Islam, dogs are najis, which means unclean. In Iran, you will get arrested, not can, will, if you're a female solo singer. It is against the law. In Iran, not that you have to wear hijab, but if your hijab is not to the liking of the regime forces, they can push you forcefully into a van and take you to jail. And then things that happen in those jails, let's just say that they're not ethical. In Iran, you are not allowed to change your religion or choose your religion. If you do so, you will be executed. In Iran, they would line us up as children, force hijab on us, and force us to chant death to America. I mean, I wouldn't call that school. I would call that a cult that is trying to brainwash children into a terrorist mindset. In Iran, there are stations with regime forces, and they can stop your car and see if the person next to you is a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or you're married to. If you're not married to them, you can get arrested. In 5 years, imagine that a Big Mac went from $6 to $600. That's exactly what happened in Iran. Well, roughly, I think it's even more than that. And everything I'm telling you is not even the worst thing that's happening in Iran. Every time people request a regime change and they start to protest, the regime shuts off the internet and starts shooting people with military-grade weapons. Children. Regime forces in the past 2 to 3 weeks have killed more than 50,000 people. So yeah, if you have opinions about how Iranians should feel, perhaps you should go to Iran, live with the regime, and maybe raise a child or two, and then we can speak about it.
I finally had the chance to FaceTime with my cousin in Iran, and she asked me to share this message with the world, especially you, diaspora, so please listen to the full video. For those who don't know, 95% of my family still lives in Iran. My mother's side is Mashhadi. She told me this, that every single person she knows has lost someone close to them. In Mashhad, bodies were piled in the streets, wrapped like black garbage bags, the way trash lines city sidewalks in New York. She said her mother's apartment building had bodies reaching all the way up to her doorstep. Someone we know was shot multiple times in the leg. He couldn't go to the hospital to seek medical help. People are terrified to go because they're killing them. So their family pooled nearly $2,000 to pay for a private doctor to come to their house so he wouldn't lose his leg. Most people can't even afford that. They're afraid to go seek help. They're getting infections and they're slowly dying in their homes. Phone lines, as we know, are being monitored. So families are writing messages on paper and holding them up to the camera when they can FaceTime. She said the internet is turned on briefly as an act of surveillance to track and hunt protesters. She says what's happening is just unimaginable. People are being killed so easily. My mother also spoke to a female family member of ours in Tehran today, and she said, we're fine, but we're all beaten. They beat the of all of us. That viral video of a woman being kicked in the head that's been going around, that's just one leaked clip of what's happening every single day. Most stores are closed except for basic necessities. Prices were already inflated. She says they've tripled in the last 2 weeks. Many Gen Z Iranians rely on online businesses, importing and exporting goods from Turkey and Dubai. She says no one's been able to make money this year. People have nothing left. And despite all of this grief, despite all of this, she said something else to me. She said, don't cry. Negaran nabash. Don't worry. Omidvar bash. Don't lose hope. She said hope, omid, is all we have left. And if the diaspora gives up hope, cosmically it's putting negative energy and darkness into the world. She said people want intervention because without it we will die. We are watching a real life Handmaid's Tale. The numbers coming out daily keep increasing in the tens of thousands who have been murdered. This is devastating. This is a massacre. And if this becomes normalized in Iran, if we look away, it won't stop there. It will spread. So please keep speaking up. Please keep putting pressure on world leaders to act now. She said, Aziz kheli az dast dadim. We've lost a lot of loved ones, and the only way they will ever find peace in their hearts again is if this regime is gone. And she also said this too. When they do manage to get a few moments online and they see all of your messages and voices, they feel less lonely. And that gives them hope.
Thank you, Israel. Thank you, USA, for helping us out. We will never forget it. Never. They're going to tell you Israel and USA are invading Iran. They're not. They answered to Iranian people's call for help. And yes, we love Israel, we love USA, and that's just the way it is. Take it or leave it.
Hi, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm a mess, but I'm just glued to the TV. There's no way I could make myself pretty for this. I know a lot of people have been messaging me and saying, oh, war has started in Iran. And I want to say something very, very important that everybody needs to know, because I know that most of you all just really don't know what's going on in Iran, and which is really problematic, because you don't know it and then you comment on it and then it just creates issues. If anybody dies in this war, if any civilians die in this war, not the regime, all of the people of the regime should be wiped out. They have been oppressing the Iranians for the past 47 years. They have literally occupied Iran. Iranians have been saying, we do not want you, for the past 47 years. They have been protesting for the past 47 years, saying, we do not want this regime. And in the past 2 months, it has become even worse. And they were all killed, by the way. You all know the numbers. By the Islamic Republic of Iran. So if anybody dies in this war, it is solely the Islamic Republic of Iran's fault, because people have been saying it loud enough and they did not leave. They just want to stay in power, building nuclear weapons to wipe out America and Israel. For what reason? We Iranians are against what the regime is doing. So if anybody dies, and this war has started because of the Islamic Republic of Iran, if they would have just listened to the Iranian people, if they would have just stopped doing whatever they're doing with all of the terrorist organizations that they have, like Hamas and Houthis and Hezbollah, if they would have stopped all of that, there would have not been any war right now. So if anybody dies, it's nobody else's fault but the Islamic Republic of Iran. Remember this. The Iranians do not want this occupying regime. They've clearly said it over and over and over again all of these years. And you have to listen to the people of that country.
What brought you out here today?
To thank President Trump.
What were you thinking when you saw the news?
I couldn't believe it. It's been 47 years of this tyranny. I've been coming to this federal building since the 1980s, since the Islamic Republic of Iran has been in power. They are the most barbaric terrorist organization in the entire world. With them gone, the world will be a better place.
It's time for the world to breathe. It's time for the Iranian people to go to where they're supposed to go, to really free themselves from this darkness. The world is going to be in a better place. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Israel. We love you. The world is going to be in a much better place as of today. And we don't know how to thank Israel and President Trump. All I can tell you is I've been living for 47 years. And the future of everybody in the whole world dependent on this regime being gone. And now they're gone. Now that they're gone, we can finally breathe. I don't know how to thank President Trump as much as I'm speechless. I am speechless, but I'm hoping the end is finished and we're going to live to see the new future for the world and the Iranian people and everybody around the world, not just Muslims, Christian, Jews, all of us. We need to get along and make the world a better place.
Do you still have family in Iran?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you been able to speak with them at all?
As of yesterday, no, but from what we've seen is they are celebrating everywhere in Iran. They're not afraid. They don't have anything to lose anymore. These people will go out of their way. They have nothing to lose. They're so fearless. For the first time, nobody's left Tehran. Where before in the previous war, they were told to leave Tehran. No one's left Tehran. They want to finish the job and get it over with.
Just want to say thank you, Donald Trump. You're a man of your word. You released 90 million hostages. They were hostage for 47 years. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Bibi.
I just want to read what exactly the New York City mayor said. Today's military strikes on Iran, carried out by the United States and Israel, mark a catastrophic escalation in an illegal war of aggression. Bombing cities, killing civilians, opening a new theater of war. Americans do not want this. They do not want another war in pursuit of regime change. They want relief from the affordability crisis. They want peace.
Oh my God. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I live in New York, Mr. Mamdani. You are more than welcome to come to one of my safe houses. You're more than welcome to come and see my would-be assassin in the federal court. You didn't even dare to come and face them. Where were you when they sent killers here in New York City? You were crying for your aunt because she stopped using subway for simply in an illusion statement you made saying that she didn't feel safe because of wearing hijab. Really? I stopped using subway because of the would-be assassins being sent to beautiful New York City by the Islamic Republic. I know maybe you and many other people, they hate President Trump, but believe me, this is not the right time to shift your hatred and your anger from President Trump to the people of Iran. Innocent people. We are better allies to you, America, compared to these backward mullahs.
Iran today is free again. This is what Iranian wants. Freedom. They want to have a choice. They want to have a voice to present themselves. We want to tell the world that we are not Islamic Republic. We are Iranian. We are friends of the West, the East, the whole world.
Dozens marched from the World War I memorial to Lafayette Square, just steps from the White House. They carried flags, held signs thanking the president and chanting, as you can hear, some of them chanted USA, USA, and change the regime. Some rally goers told us they were hearing reports that Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei, was killed in the strikes launched by the U.S. and Israel. Those claims also reference from President Donald Trump and Israeli officials. We also spoke with one Iranian-American woman who says she's lived here since 2016 and says her family suffered under the current regime.
No freedom. Like we had nothing to say. They didn't even let us live like a basic human right. They didn't let us have that. And now I'm here to say thank you, Trump.
What's one thing about Iranians that you want the world to know that you feel they don't know or is misunderstood?
I would say, first of all, that they're not Muslim originally. That's not Zoroastrians. We're peaceful. We come from a peaceful background.
The issue at the moment that we have is the human rights. It's not about monarchy. It's not about the kingdom. It's not about anything. We want the terroristic regime to go and we want democratic Iran to come.
When people think about Iran, they think about the government and the way it's portrayed on the media and all the politics and stuff. If you move past that, Iranians are so friendly, they're so welcoming.
Salam Baba. Did you spend any time growing up there? Or
I did. I was there for 6 years. I was very little, and they were so strict. I remember because I was always very taller. So they'd be like, oh, you have to cover up. Like, you have to cover. My parents would be like, she's not even at the age of covering up. Mind you, the age that you're meant to cover up in Iran is 9 years old. That's the age that they say you can hit puberty, and now you can actually be sexually desirable by men. So that's why you have to cover up.
Definitely difficult for help to say it, because being there, just they dictate everything for you, how to have hijab, how to do. And when we came here for the first time, when I just had we swim together in a beach, that was a great feeling, because in Iran you are not allowed to go with each other. That's the first time. Yeah. Even we are married. So there are so many things. If I want to talk, I can talk like 40 years.
What they do, they go through the mosques, they brainwash the children. When they grow to the 18, 19, they believe the way that they believe. And that's the most dangerous.
I'm going to cook kebab kubide.
Hey!
Yes. Oh yes, he knows.
Darren Farsi,
Your accent
Darren
is so good though.
My accent's not bad, yeah?
It's amazing.
Yeah, my accent's pretty. My wife's Iranian, so
oh, there you go.
Boom, mic drop.
Why we shouldn't ask America or whoever, let's say Finland, let's say Sweden, to come and help us? If the domestic violence happens in your area, you want police to interface, or you're gonna say, no, it's not my area, it's privacy. No, you want some. You might go and talk first day. You go and talk to the person, say, oh, why are you doing that? But after a couple of times, after you see the children getting beaten,
after 47 years,
children getting beaten, everything, you start saying, no, we want somebody.
Thanks for being Iranians' voice, and we just want for knows about Iran and be familiar what we want. We are not terrorists, the regime is, and that's the difference between Iranian people and our regime.
And guess what? We Iranian here, we are the children of that house, grow up, could leave the house, and we are telling you that what we believed there, what we felt there. That is what I'm trying to explain to my Aussie friends and say, please help us.
What are you doing here?
Protesting. Look what the difference between free Palestine, whatever that is, and free Iran is. Woo. Police. We love the police.
We love the police.
We love security. We love America. We love Iran. We hate Islam and we hate terrorists.
Yes.
And we don't know what Palestine is because it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
May this be one of the last videos I ever have to make about this terrorist regime that is on the verge of collapsing. But before we close out this chapter of doom, I do have to warn you about what's coming. First of all, this is not an attack. It is not an assault. It is not belligerence. It is not war. It is a rescue operation. It is not just a rescue operation of 90 million Iranians who overwhelmingly support the removal of this dictatorship. It is a rescue operation of the entire planet, of the Middle East, where this regime's proxies have terrorized from Israel to Gaza to Lebanon to Yemen to Syria to Iraq, of the Western world, where this regime has terrorized from Australia to Europe to the UK to the US. It is a freedom mission for humanity and democracy. That being said, it has never been more important to apply critical thinking. This regime is still engaging in a mind war to convince you otherwise. Anything that this regime reports has to be disregarded as unreliable. Why? Because there is no apparatus to confirm anything that it reports. There is no apparatus for democracy, for veracity, for truth. There is just a propaganda arm. There is no free press. There is no free speech. Whatever tells you is a carefully constructed narrative that they've been building for weeks, months, if not years. Please think carefully. As soon as this regime's basis was struck, it didn't report back to Western media that its officials had been killed. It reported back that Iranian schoolgirls had been killed. Why not just say that 2,000 starving infants in an orphanage had been massacred? And that's the same Western media that ignored when tens and thousands of protesters were slain by this regime were the first to report its lies. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Makes you wonder, what side does Western media stand on anymore? Are you on the side of freedom? Are you on the side of truth? Are you on the side of humanity? Are you on the side of democracy? Or are you on the side of the terrorists? And if you didn't understand just how depraved this regime is, then understand this. After it slaughtered tens and thousands of protesters,
Their family members told us that they never gave those bodies back. Why? So that they could repurpose them later and claim them as casualties of war. I promise you that you do not understand the scale of the operation that we are dealing with here. You do not understand the mind war. Forget what the mouthpieces are saying to you. This is a watershed moment in history. It is a rescue operation for not just 90 million Iranians, but for the Middle East and for the entire world. And I don't care where you have stood up until now. I don't care how many times you believed the lies. I don't care how many times you ignored our cries. I don't care how many times you ignored humanity. All is forgiven. All I ask is that you stand on the right side of history today, because this is our moment. This is our liberation movement. This is the Iranian Independence Day. So stand with us now.
The Ayatollah Khamenei has officially been killed by the US in assistance with Israel. Thank you, President Trump. I've believed in you from the start. I had the faith. I knew you could do it. I've got some beef with Netanyahu, but I do appreciate their assistance in this operation. I was raised to believe that it is indecent for a man to celebrate another man's death, no matter how evil. So I shall not celebrate Khamenei's death. For now, his name shall never be spoken of again. He is history. He is gone. But I'm at a loss for words, because guess what, guys? Never in my lifetime did I think I'd see a free Iran, even with all the fighting. And now, I get to take my paralyzed father home, to his true home. The home he recognizes before those terrorist fucking monsters took over. My family there will be free. They can live their lives. For a man who's struggled to believe in God his whole life. Thank you, God. Thank you, all of you who have supported us. Without you, this would have never been possible. It was your views, your shares, your comments. God bless all of you. I love you all. Thank you. In my lifetime, I get to see a free Iran. I get to take my dad back home to his home. We going back home, Dad. Reza Pahlavi, the Crown Prince of Iran. He is the man to take over. He has a 100-day plan to institute a constitution, to democratically elect a form of government. He doesn't want to be an absolute monarch. He wants to be a constitutional monarch. He doesn't even want to be a monarch. If they vote for him to be a monarch, he will only do it as a constitutional monarch to protect the rights, because the Constitution will be rights-based. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of everything, women's rights, gay rights, minority rights, all the beautiful rights. Reza Pahlavi is the man to lead Iran. We need him. We need him now. Ayatollah's history. Let's move forward. Iran is free, baby. This is what we work for. I love you all. Thank you.
You know what happiness is? Happiness is the fact that this sign is no longer relevant today because he did act. We're so grateful. Thank you so much, Trump. And now I have to come up with a new sign for today's rally, which is thank you from the Iranian people for keeping your word and being a man of integrity in a world full of hypocrites. Let's go, Iran. اليوم يوم نصرك يا عراق. اليوم يوم نصرك يا عراق. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu. Thank you, the US. Thank you, Israel, for finally listening to our people, my Iraqi people who have been oppressed and murdered since 2003 by Khamenei and his thugs, can finally rest today knowing that justice have been served. Justice have been served not only for Iraqis but for millions in Iran, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Israel, all over the Middle East. And even though my family are hiding under the stairs right now because there are no shelters and they fear the Iranian missiles that the Iranian regime are firing at civilian areas across the Middle East, this is worth it. This is worth it. Thank you so much. thank you. We can finally imagine a future that we never thought it could happen before. It's all thanks to you, President Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu. Thank you for your leadership. We will never, ever forget this favor. Love you, my Iraqi people.